I'm Anil Kumar. Let me thank my subscriber for posting this question, and I hope this solution is going to help many others. The question here is, consider a rectangle ABCD whose length is x and width is y, knowing that it is perimeter 16 and area is 15. Calculate x and y. I just copied the question, so forget the grammatical mistakes. Let's try to understand what is there. So we are talking about a rectangle ABCD. It's a good practice to sketch if you can. Now in this situation, of course you can, right? So let's say the rectangle is ABCD. You should go clockwise. A could be anywhere. Whose length is x. So let's put this as x and width is y. That is y. BC is y. Rectangle means opposite sides are equal, right? Now the second statement is, knowing that its perimeter is 16 and area is 15, calculate x and y. Okay. Now, what is the perimeter of a rectangle? Perimeter, let's call it P, right? You should actually write let statements. Let x be the length, y be the width, and P be the perimeter. Then perimeter P is 2x plus 2y, right? Opposite sides are equal. So it is 2x plus 2y. Perimeter is given to us as 16, so we can substitute 16 for P. We can take 2 common. We could also write this as 2 times x plus y. Now if I divide by 2 on both the sides, I get 16 divided by 2 equals to x plus y. So I get one equation which relates x and y as x plus y equals to 8. Now this is a very good example on linear equations. From the statements we can actually form equations. Let this be our equation number 1. Now we are also given area, which is 15, right? So area is product of x and y. So let's say area is 15. So I'll write A for area, which is product of length and width. 15 is equals to x times y. Now this is equation number 2. Now to find the value of x or y, we need to eliminate from the given scenario. So what you could do is, you could write x as 15 divided by y, or you could also write x as 8 minus y. We'll prefer to use the second statement or equation to write what x is in terms of y, since thereby we'll avoid fractions, right? So we can write this as 8 minus y equals to x. Now we have a relation between x and y. We have written x in terms of y. Do you understand that? Great. So we can substitute this value of x in second equation and find y. Do you get an idea, right? So since we know that x is 8 minus y, let me push this a bit. Okay. So we have here 2 equations. One is saying product of x and y is 15. The other one is that x is equals to 8 minus y, right? So I can substitute this value of x here, right? And find what y is. So x is 8 minus y. I'll write x as 8 minus y multiplied by y equals to 15. So I've substituted this value in equation number 2. We have equation in y now. Perfect. So let's expand it. 8y minus y squared equals to 15. Bring all the terms together. 0 equals to y squared minus 8y plus 15. Now at this stage we can find the value of y. You could use quadratic formula or you could factor. Here factoring is simple. We could find two numbers whose product, let's say P and Q, whose product is 15, right? So I'm also teaching you a factoring technique since students may need it, right? And sum is -8. Two numbers could be -5 and -3. In fact, these are the only numbers which will give us this result. When you multiply, you get +15. When you add, you get -8. So I could write this as y -3 times y minus, okay, I wrote 5 first, y -5 times y -3, and that is equal to 0. That means y could have two values, which is either 5 or y could be equal to 3. Perfect. Since we need to find what x is, we can always substitute in the equation which we already created. That is to say, x is equals to 8 minus y. So if I substitute 5, what do I get? I get 8 minus 5 equals to 3. Do you see that? So x equals to 3. So basically it's combination of 3 and 5, right? So we will say the answer is length. So normally I'll write length as the bigger numbers. So will you substitute the other one also? X equals to, I could have done 8 minus 3 and I've got 5, right? So any combination. Since I want to write longer for length longer, just is my preference, right? We could say x is 5 and y is 3. If you add 8 times 2 is 16. If you multiply 15, so we know that that's the correct answer. So we know that the length is 5 units, since units are not given, and width is 3 units, right? Anyway, I hope it tells you few simple steps which should be followed in solving such questions. I'm Anil Kumar. If you like my videos, you can put like. Feel free to subscribe and post your comments. Thank you, and thanks for sharing.